Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chippy. I run Chromebook World, UMC Portal and Ultrabook News. And for those of you that have been following the channel for a while, you know I've been doing some detailed live reviews and detailed YouTube unboxings. We're not just talking about unboxings, we're talking about going around the device and talking about the device and its competitors as well. So as I've rearranged the studio now, I can get back into doing that, and I've got the perfect device for it this evening as I do this video. It's the Acer Aspire E11. It is a $200 Windows 8 laptop, 11.6 inch screen, so we're not talking about the 10-inch netbook style devices of 3, 4, 5 years ago. 11.6 inch screen, Windows 8, we've got 1 year of Office 365 and unlimited OneDrive storage. Now this is really a response to devices like this, which are coming along nicely in the Chrome OS world. This is a Chromebook, it's the Acer, again an Acer, so these two are actually fighting it out amongst each other for Q4 2014. Very basic specs again, but there are advantages to this over Windows, and there are also advantages to Windows over Chromebooks. So over the next, I guess month actually, I'll be taking a deep look at Windows versus Chrome OS in this entry-level laptop space. That, by the way, I'm doing a full review on for notebookcheck.net. That review will go up at the end of next week, so do check that out. And the other entry-level product I have is a €129 Windows 8 tablet. Now this is kind of this $99 tablet category that Intel were talking about earlier this year at Computex. It is happening. This is $129 RRP. It's, sorry, euros RRP. I guarantee that's going to go down. I've already seen it 120, and that's probably going to be a €99 tablet by Christmas or soon after. 1 gig of RAM and 16 gigs of storage though brings problems. The full review for this will go up on notebookcheck.net end of next week, I guess. So do check out notebookcheck.net for the full review of that. Of course, the Acer Aspire ES1, and I'm going to get into the unboxing. In fact, why don't I just sort of start slicing this open right now. The ES1 is one of 3 interesting devices in this entry-level laptop space now. You've got this, you've got these Acer X205 that was launched at IFA. You've also got the HP Stream, which is again a $200 11.6 inch entry-level Windows device. All 3 of those are fresh to the market, so there's no really good set of reviews from one person at the moment. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do all 3 of those before Christmas, but certainly notebookcheck.net will probably be getting all 3 of those devices, and so please stay tuned to their site. This was ordered in UK. Amazon UK keyboard is good for me. Amazon UK keyboard? No, just a UK keyboard. And what I'll do now is, in fact, I won't break the seal. I'll just change the camera angle. We'll zoom in. You can get rid of my ugly face, and we can have a look at this beautiful, hopefully, ES1 from Acer. So I've just realised it's been a while since I've done an unboxing on video in one take, and let's see if we can get this open. Oh come on! Don't embarrass me, please. There we go. Right, the Acer Aspire E11 or ES1 or E11 ES1. I'm not sure actually. Right, there's. Look, 2 years of 100 gigs free with OneDrive. Now this is interesting. Actually, it's not needed anymore, because if you have your free Office 365 license, and I hope that is in here somewhere, you will be able to. That's interesting. It's a license for OneDrive for 100 gigs for 2 years. So it's pretty interesting. I think this has got the Office. I'm going to open this right up straight away, because I think that's an important thing to know, is that have you got the Office 365 license in here? Come on. Because if you've got the Office 365 license, you get unlimited OneDrive with that anyway. So I don't see any OneDrive license there at all. Nope. Declaration of conformity. Bring your own cloud. This is Acer Cloud. More clouds. We've got too much cloud stuff going on at the moment. All right, maybe under here we'll find the OneDrive license. There is the power unit. It's a 3-pin. That's a lightweight. I hate that. The actual cable is heavier than the PSU there. So I really don't know why they have to earth the power supply. It's weird. Anyway, this is the ES1 here. No, oh, that's interesting. No license, no Office 365 license. Now I thought Windows 8.1 with Bing would give you 1 year of Office 365. I'm going to double check this now because it does only say OneDrive. Can you read that? I'm not going to let you look at the code, but at the top there it says it's a OneDrive license. That's really interesting. Okay, well I'll check that out. So lightweight, 1.2 kilograms. We've got an Intel Celeron N2840 inside, quad core. Not too bad. It's one of the dual core. It's not too bad in terms of processing power and video playback power, and you should be able to run Office with no problem on this. This is not the same as the Beta LT platform, which is the tablet platform. This one has SATA interface available on the main board, so slightly different kind of architecture, and it's something to note. On the X205 from Acer, they've got the Beta LT platform inside with eMMC storage. Now I know this has eMMC storage as well, but there may be a SATA interface inside. We'll find out in a bit. 32 gigs of storage there, 2 gigs of RAM. We've got the dual core CPU inside, and actually, you know, it feels pretty plasticky. I wasn't expecting really high quality plastic or components here, but it's fairly slim and light. It's actually 1.2 kilos. It feels a bit lighter than that, but what we've got is power, SD card slot, and you're thinking, okay, where are the USB ports? Whew, thank God for that. On the back, full HDMI, USB 3, USB 2, and an Ethernet port. Good stuff. Now, I don't know why Chromebooks don't have Ethernet ports. Internet connectivity is the most important part of a Chromebook, but it's nice to see it on this. Now, what would be really interesting is to just install Chromium on this and turn it into a Chromebook. And that's one of the things I'll be doing, is just testing out Linux on it. Right, power. Is that the power button there? I wonder if we've got any. Oh my goodness, this power button looks a bit crappy. What is going on there? It looks really wobbly and nothing's happening. I think you have to power, yeah, these days you have to just power them up once before you can, they somehow seem to lock within the BIOS. They can lock the device so that it doesn't power on even if it's got 20% charge inside. So I'm just ripping off the ripping out the I want to do this in one take, by the way, so that you don't see any, you don't see me playing any, or you don't think I'm playing any tricks. And right, so we're just going to power that up. This side at the back, there's power there. With a bit of luck, it should spring into life. There we go. Now that power button, it is a bit weird. It's just, it seems wobbly. It seems like you could push that in, but it's working. Right, let's just boot that up. We've got a matte screen, 1366 by 768. We've got a webcam here. Quite a large trackpad actually, integrated mouse buttons. Feels slightly better than the CB3 actually. We'll have to see. It takes a little while to work out how good a trackpad is. Keys, very plasticky, but there's a definite give in them. What's that, about 1mm of travel? This is not huge, island style, and because it's an 11.6 inch screen, I think this is the real advantage over netbooks. It's almost a full size, if not a full size keyboard. So that is really helpful if you're doing a lot of typing. Fanless. This one is fanless, so this is going to be a great, if this can boot Linux, it will be a great opener like XBMC box, because it's fanless and it will push. Whoa, I think I've seen these pushing 80 megabits a second of H.264 out, which is pretty interesting. Just having a look to see if there's anything else I need to tell you there. No. So keyboard feeling okay at the moment. What I'm not going to do is boot this right into Windows right now. What I'm going to do is turn it over and just take the back off, if possible. So I'm going to turn that off. and I'm going to flip it over. So in one take, and you'll have to bear with me because I'm just going to have to lean over and get a screwdriver so that I can attempt to take the back off this. It's going to take a little while. I'm not going to rush it. Fast forward now if you want to skip this bit, but it's looking fairly straightforward in terms of taking this back off. There may be screws under these rubber feet here. I'll try and speed this part of the video up. Right, one. Of course, you do this, you run the risk of voiding your warranty, and of course if you do it in public on YouTube, you can't really turn around, you know, and you have a problem with the device, like for example that power button. They might turn around and say, sorry Chippy, we saw you taking the back off it. So taking a bit of a risk here. $200 risk, €200 risk. Well, to be honest, I think I can find a use for this device, especially if it boots Linux. And I think that's the key thing here, right? And this is an important thing to note over the X205 from Asus. X205 from Asus uses Spatial T platform. Now that has a UEFI BIOS, which has a bug in it apparently, and that's why, although they're 64-bit processors, they only run 32-bit Windows because of this bug in UEFI. Now the N series, Baytrail M uses the N series, and that has a working 64-bit UEFI, which means the Windows. My apologies, the memory card ran out. That's typical, wanted to do a one take. Trust me, I haven't done anything in between. So just be really careful. This feels like it's going to come apart really easily. This is an easy one to take apart. I'm using a fingernail all the way around. That's great. Feels good. Right, what do we got? Oh look, now that's a really interesting drive bay space. And what's really sad is they haven't put the SATA header on. Acer, I hate you. So they're saving their 5 cents there by just leaving that header off. This is a drive bay for a 2.5-inch drive, and that would have been a SATA interface. You could have put an SSD in there and really boosted this up. I've got half a terabyte SSD I could have dropped into that. That is the saddest thing I've seen in a laptop for a long time. Really interesting though, the actual design of that board is almost exactly the same as the CB3, the Chromebook. So I guess they're using the same board, or maybe a very small variation in the board. Now, where's the RAM? Can we upgrade the RAM? It is a double-sided board. I'm just looking through to the underside to see if there's anything that I can. I may have to pull a few more screws out here, and I think I'm going to do that because it doesn't look too difficult. And God, it's an interesting bit of crappy soldering going on down there on that battery cable. All right, well let's just do this then. No mini PCIe slots free. Be careful when you do this, folks, alright? I mean, this is when you really need to have a static protection, but gonna risk it all. Alright, no, we've got to pop that out, pull that out, pull the battery out. Let's go, we're gonna have to, that part of the board there, there's another screw somewhere, there it is, on that corner. I'm hoping I can just lift this up and over so we can see on the underside what exactly is going on here. Where's the other screw? Can anyone see that? I don't see it. Looks like you guys are going to have to fast forward this bit. I'll have to take that off as well. Here. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a speaker. That's difficult to get off. Come on. Out you come. Whoa. Okay. I can't get this done in, let's say, the next 2 minutes. Yeah, that's coming out. Then I will switch off the video. I can't see whether that's locked. Oh, there we go. Almost free, almost free, almost free. I think we've got it. Alright. Oh, yes. Let's just pull this header out for that cable. I think we're free. Yeah, look. That was worth it. There is a memory slot. That is it. That's a single board computer for you. So you can see passive cooling there on the CPU and GPU. Sorry, it's a SoC with, was that the comms controller? I'm not sure. And then we've got a slot here, sodium slot, which I guess you can put, as this is 64-bit, maybe up to 8 gigs in there. I'm not sure what you'll be able to put in there, but okay, at least you can put expand the RAM there to 4 gigs is going to help a lot. It's really disappointing that the ES1 doesn't have that header in for the SATA. Acer, what are you thinking? Such a tease here. This is the biggest tease I've ever seen on a low-cost computer. 2.5-inch bay. Now, what else have we got here? Some screw holes. That's probably for the actual case to screw onto. Battery here. What's the capacity? That's a 34 watt hour battery. 11.4 volts at 3090 milliamp hours is, yeah, I think 34 watt hours. We've got a basic, this is the Wi-Fi card, dual antenna, and it doesn't say who has made that. So it's not an Intel unit, so maybe things like wide-eye won't work on this. So let me just slot that all back together again. Like I said, be really careful when you do this sort of stuff, okay? Because it's just so easy to bust PCs doing this, and there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee this is going to boot afterwards, really, is there? Okay, Steve. We'll keep going. We'll keep the video running, and let's just pull that out. Come on. You can fast forward, because you want to see me try and boot it up, right? You want to see me try and boot it up and then go, oh shit, it doesn't work. Oh, come on. Push. Why is that not going in? On the top, Steve, on the top. There we go. Right, that battery connector is on the skew. That is really crappy. And then we put this back in, put that back down there, and this is the speakers, loudspeakers here. And just put that back in there. Hopefully that'll go back in nice and easily. There we go. Right, that's all in. So we've got the 3 screws to put back in there, and there's the one here. Now if you are really adventurous, I guess you could get hold of the SATA header there. Okay, let's look on the bright side. It looks like Acer will have a hard drive version of this as well. So what they're likely to have is probably to keep the 32 gig eMMC for the operating system on there, so that they don't have to change the board or the build method, and then to have 500 gig 2.5-inch spinning hard drive there for people that want to do video stuff. But it's a shame that there's no PCI Express mini slot there that we can use to expand the storage. So of course you're left with my SD card storage, and let me just do the important test for you. Does it go all the way in? If it does, no it doesn't. That's a shame as well. So you can't leave an SD card in there. That's a shame. So you're gonna have to You're going to have to accept that this is a 32 gig device. Maybe there'll be some versions in the future that'll have that. You know, when they start building and selling the versions with the hard drive, maybe they'll leave the header in for the cheap version as well. All right, now you want to see me boot this up, right? I know you do. I know you want to see me fail here. You'll be like, Steve, you got your hands all over it, man. That goes on nice and easily, which is good. Okay, moment of truth. All right, let's do a deal. If this boots up, you like the video, right? Is that a deal? If this boots up, you like the video. Oh, we got a blue light. Got a blue light? Maybe I need to put some power in it. Oh my God. Yay! You gotta like the video. That was the deal. Give me a like. Just for taking the risk for you. Right, let's just leave that to boot up. I will now log in and let that get itself sorted out with Windows 8. That takes a few minutes, and then maybe I'll maybe I'll just sort of go through some of the features. We'll run a Sun Spider and maybe play a video and take it from there. Thanks for watching to this point. Stay tuned, we'll do a bit more. I'll just get this logged in and we'll take it further. Okay, we're booted up, ready to go. Actually, while that was booting, I took a chance to do some cutaways, so I've added those into the video, close-ups of the ports, etc. And I also had a chance to try the keyboard. Actually, not too bad. There's a typical sort of hollow feel to the plastic. It is a really tough, hard, brittle. Who knows? Yeah, tough plastic. We'll see. But it does feel a bit cheap, I have to say. There's a bit of flex on the screen. You can see that's having an effect there, and there's flex a little bit on the unit if you really push hard. Yeah. This is going to be a device that bends. That keyboard's slightly better than the Lenovo N20P that I have, but I think it's exactly the same as the CB3, the Acer CB3 Chromebook. So I also had a look inside the CB3 just to see if the motherboard was the same. It's not quite the same. Same sort of layout inside, and the battery is exactly the same. So the battery on the CB3, the battery on the ES1 are exactly the same, 34-hour batteries, and you'll be able to find spares, I guess, pretty easily for that. So that's good news. Let me log in and we'll start some tests. First thing I like to check is to see how many processors are running. Windows 8 is running here with 82 processors. I guess there's a few Acer apps running in the background. Let's just check those. There is a mess of pre-installed software there. We have everything from AB Docs through a ton of Acer stuff. Oh, there's some crapware on this. I can see that straight away. So this is going to need a cleanup. There is no, yeah, there's LiveSafe, McAfee LiveSafe. Let me get rid of that because that will be doing scans right now, and I'll probably have to just leave this sitting for half an hour. And this is one of the major differences between Windows and Chrome OS, is that Windows just needs time to settle. It's going to be downloading updates, it's going to be indexing files, it's going to be running antivirus checks, it's going to be doing a whole lot for the first hour at least. So you need to be careful when you first use the device, just to let it settle, just to let it catch up with itself, and before you're doing any sort of testing. We've got Dropbox.com, we've got Booking.com, we've got loads of links. Oh my goodness, I wonder how much they pay for that. Booking.com, what do you reckon? $5 per 1,000 links on a device? I don't know. But clearly got some partners going here, trying to keep the price down through sponsorship. So there we go, there's the N2840, base clock of 2.16 gigahertz. It can go up to 2.4 gigahertz as well. It's a dual core. In single threaded scores, it's actually pretty fast, and faster than Beta LT, which only goes up to 1.8 gigahertz per core. 64-bit operating system as well, so that's important for Linux. 2 gigs of RAM, Windows 8 with Bing, and that's about all you need to know on that. Take a quick look at the device manager, and then I think I think we should just drop in a Linux USB stick, see if we can boot it from that. So device manager, just going in there now, see if there's anything special going on. Just wanted to see what the Wi-Fi was. It's a Broadcom. Okay, there's one thing that teases me with a little bit, and that's to see if this has got instant go or connected standby support. There's an easy way to do that. Go to the command prompt, type power CFG minus battery report. Now that will save battery report.html into your home directory. So if you just go to where am I here, you'll see battery report.html, and then I'm not expecting it to have, yeah, there we go, connected standby not supported. Can you see that? Slightly, there we go, connected standby not supported. You can also see the battery capacity here. It says 36 watts is the design capacity. We've got 35.8 full charge capacity, and down here, if you've never used this before, it's quite useful. You can get history of daily usage of battery and predicted or projected battery lives based on your usage during that day. Going back to device manager there, yes, we've got it's a Gig port out the back, and that's great, isn't it? Gigabit Ethernet out the back there. Sensors, we've got just a location sensor, Windows location sensor, and that's not GPS, by the way. That's this kind of like Wi-Fi sort of orting, what do you call it? Yeah, Wi-Fi based location services. Storage controllers, just nothing major special there. Hynix 32 gig eMMC. There, we'll test the battery, sorry, we'll test the disk speed on that on another video, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing, can't see anything special, so there's no GPS in here, no NFC, nothing like that. Yeah, and one webcam on the front. Right, how about let's try and boot this into Linux. So I've got a standard OpenELEC build on this little, I think it's a 4 gig USB stick there. Which way does that go in? That's it. Right, we'll first try and boot without going into the BIOS and see what happens, see if it automatically boots from USB. Probably doesn't. No, that's booting into Windows. Let me just go back, take a look into the BIOS. Okay, I think I might have found the answer. I remember someone told me, someone that's working in someone's working on BIOS stuff. I was asking them about the ES1. They told me that you have to set the supervisor password, which allows you to remove secure boot mode. Of course, that USB is not a signed distribution. So we're going to set a password here, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, oops, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, actually you need to go to the boot option to disable secure boot. So just going over that again, set your user password, sorry, the supervisor password, reboot, go into UEFI again, and then you'll be able to disable secure boot. So at this point we've disabled secure boot, and now we've gone into legacy boot mode, and the hard drive, the 4 gig USB drive, is now there. So no, that's the original hard drive. What we need to do is take this flash disk, move it up to the top. Yeah, that should do it. Let's see now. It took a while. It took a while to get this working. I didn't do anything, I just waited. Let's see if this is actually going to work straight away. Mouse not supported. That's a shame, no touch of course on this one. I think you can actually, check it out. This is playing off YouTube. OpenELEC, that's XBMC, running off a 4 gig flash stick. We've got Ethernet internet connectivity. That's what's happening on the back. Looks like the Wi-Fi is not supported. It also looks like the audio is not supported as well. I wonder if we could actually pass that through HDMI. Let me try that. Unfortunately, HDMI out doesn't seem to be working directly, at least with my build here. So obviously some driver issues here, audio, mouse and Wi-Fi being the main ones. Ethernet internet access is working, so it really is, it's just a matter of drivers and builds, and it's just great to see Linux booting, and clearly there's some flexibility in this ES1. Let's take a look at a couple of Windows performance scores now, and maybe run up a couple of videos under Windows as well. So we're just finalizing the Crystal disk mark tests here. I've gone into flight mode, deleted the antivirus, McAfee antivirus software, and there's nothing really much working in the background at the moment. So these scores are actually looking very good. 160 megabytes per second read speed, sequential, is probably the best I've ever seen on an eMMC actually. 160 is really good. The important ones there are the 4K read and write speeds. I'm just going to point them out with my finger here. This one here, this here should be, for me, over 10 megabytes per second. It starts to get acceptable, and that 10 megabytes per second write speed 4K is fine, is really not too bad. 16 megabytes per second read speed also pretty good. So the disk on this, 32 gigs only, and unfortunately we've seen that we can't expand the disk on this, at least on this early version, early retail version. That's not too bad at all. That shouldn't hold up Windows 8. So I'm just going to do a SunSpider test, and we'll leave it there. Lots more testing to do, of course. Cinebench, maybe Minecraft, of course, important one to test. Let's go and do SunSpider first. There's SunSpider running through now. Just looking, as I've done this so many times, I'm going to say 550 milliseconds. Oh, 300 milliseconds. That's actually a pretty good SunSpider score. It's a single-threaded, of course. That's one of the advantages of the Bay Trail M, is that the dual-core clock's higher than the Bay Trail T4 core. So 300 milliseconds for SunSpider is pretty good. Okay, I need to do that again, of course. That was on IE11, Internet Explorer. We're doing it on Chrome now. This is where I base my predictions on, so maybe this is going to be 500 milliseconds. 537 milliseconds for, can you see that? 537 milliseconds on Chrome, probably version 38. Yeah, as expected on that platform. So that about wraps it up for this video. Long introduction to the ES1, a deep unboxing, and of course some performance testing there. Linux booting works, and so that's, I think, a real bonus. $200 laptop that will run Windows 8.1, that will give you, well, it seems maybe not Office 365. Well, I've got Microsoft Office installed on here, but I can't find a license key. Maybe the license key on the back of the device is going to help me do that. There's at least 100 gigs of two years OneDrive included, so that's good value as well. I'm just downloading Cinebench now. I'm going to carry on with some testing, but I hope I'm worthy of a like or a thumbs up on that video. You know, taking apart laptops within 5 minutes of unboxing them is pretty rare, I think, and it's nice to see the memory upgrade, but sad to see that 2.5-inch drive slot doesn't have a header connected. So unfortunately, hard drive upgrade is not going to be possible on at least these early versions. Of course, maybe as we move forward they'll stick the head on, who knows. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Chippy. UMCportal.com, Chromebookworld.com, ultrabooknews.com. Spread the word, and see you on the next video.